the limits. You can go pay you in dollars. So just go for that which, okay, thank you.
Cannot be a lawyer. If you, whatever you want to be. And finally, he said that Carl will be speaking about critical thinking, but cannot take to hand over the mic to him for the next 12 minutes to speak on critical thinking and marketing.
Am I correct? Clap for yourselves. And you guys have a very boss to the national body. Please jam your hands together. Now, before I dig deep into what I want to talk, a perfect solution to the problem you just mentioned, because there are people that have gone ahead, and it is very important for us to connect. I can tell you categorically that there is no future without the past, right? You can learn maximally from what people say this. There is a digital solution. I'm a tech guy. The simple thing about we are building a digital platform about that. Okay, so we're going to make that possible along the way. So let us talk about critical thinking. It is two words together: critical and what? Am I correct? All right. It's almost certain you won't. If you think you will lose, you are lost. For out of the world we find, success begins with a fellow's will. It's all a state of the mind. You've got to think high to rise. You've got to be sure of yourself. Who thinks he can? That's exactly where I'm going this morning. The truth about it is that there is nobody that will give you an opportunity except to grow. If you can solve a problem, you are going to be prosperous. I'm not talking about money here. President saying the other time, our national president saying the other time, that don't let anybody look down on you. Look at the journey God has taken him. If one best step can give for us to actually put your mind to work, and trust me, guys, you are not young. Let me tell you a deception that we always face, and I face this, and I'll be very practical with you guys. When I was like a young child like you guys, right? I am a very, very curious person. I want to know why something is. Sometimes they say if it's not broken, I just want to know why this thing is right. So I try to think, why do things even happen the way they are? Some of your background is not even one luxurious one, right? Am I speaking you guys' mind of time? That if you had something, the time it will take you from when you conceive it, the moment it comes to your mind, to the moment you initialize it, that is what we call time. That's why we say stuff here, we acted drama here. Like I told you, I'm a very curious guy. So when it is time to play chapel, I'll be there. If I learned, I can tell you that I learned most of the skills there. I can tell you that I learned most of the skills, in fact, in my lifetime. One of the places that I wish I could go back to is here. The quality of people, they are going to inspire your thinking. No way. They say if you work with giants. So when it comes to critical thinking, what your country can give you, ask, what can I think these things will be bubbling in my head. 13, I'm too young. 14, I'm too young. 15, I'm too young. Guess what? That is the deception of the devil. I wish there is any other way I can explain it to you. It is the deception. Is that what your mates are doing? Are you guys getting what I'm talking about? So when God drops in your mind, don't sleep on critical parts of a man that cannot be taken. Do you know that? That as you're sitting here right now, some are thinking of, do I have people that live in the hostel here? Some of you are thinking of lunch, right? Someone thinking of how they will get home. Somebody's thinking of an assignment somewhere. But let me help. And when you go to Lagos, and somewhere in your mind that nobody can tamper with it, if somebody says you are a fool, like you have just heard it all here today, it is your admittance of it, acceptance of it, that actually makes you a fool. That's why I told you earlier on, if you think you can, you can. If you think you dare problems, for people like you sitting down here, good. So whatever you are going to become is just going to unravel through where you are right now. Who you are today, who you are going to be in the next 5 years, is not who you wake up to in the next 5 years. Who you are going to be in the next 5 years is a gradual development of who you are right now. Let me give you an instance. When we said this here, everybody had New Year resolution, right? Did you have one? Oh, hello. Okay. Did you have one? Now, you probably have decided that by the 31st of December, you are going to become a particular kind of person, right? But the fact about it is this. That is not to drop on like cherry. You have to wake up every day and start doing something that will lead you in the direction of what you want to actually going to determine who you are going to be in the long run. So which means who I am going to be, if I was an SS1 student, for instance, who I'm going to be by SS3 is not going to be by the time I wake up to write WAEC. It is a progression of who I have been from the moment I was admitted into the school. Let me see. I can spot about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 problems. Guess what? Everybody can identify a problem. Everybody. Flutter wave. These are Nigerians like ourselves, and they didn't come with 2 heads. So you need to be able to look within yourself, where you are, what is the problem, and what solution can I provide. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. He has been able to successfully tell you that so is he. The world that we live in is going away from a world of strength to a world of thinking. There are people that are paid to only think. That all that is coming to their pockets is because they are thinking, while they are the ones leading because they are able to think. The people that are making a lot of this generation now is that there is somebody that can think for you. And if you don't know how to do and be able to use artificial intelligence. So our next speaker, Pastor Fola, is going to speak on artificial intelligence. Afterward, he is going to then talk about the impact on education. Thank you. For 12 minutes.
All right, thank you so much, sir. Let me start by recognizing our fathers in the house, our national president, sir. Thank you so much. The chairman of the organizing for the anniversary, thank you so much, Professor Agumbiade, and all our alumni. I also want to use the opportunity. Please help me celebrate. I've been asked a bit about it, but I'm not an IT expert. I back then in 98 sets. So even if I can't lie now because my teacher is here, they can bear witness to that. Praise God. Praise God. So like most of you, I didn't used to come first. I didn't used to come second. I used to try. I remember in my class then, in my arm, that was where my power, I was one of the top people in my arm, class L first. And I said other types of engineering, civil engineering, other than the engineering and medicine. Nobody wanted to do any other thing. That was how we were. But jammed me. And when I did jam and I scored a little over 200, they gave me a course that I've never heard about. They said I should come and study quantity surveying. You say, eh? Thank you. That's what I mean to say, eh? Quantity surveying. I mean, we have people that are doing well in quantity surveying, and I salute them. But it was not my line, and it is still not my line till today. So, 2000, started to study quantity surveying. I did FUTA. Every course in FUTA was a 5-year course, so I had to spend 5 years to do a course that ordinarily would have been 4 years if I went to another school. So I did 4 years of quantity surveying. I put in my best in it, like I've always tried, like WESLEY, trained us to put our best in whatever that we are given. But something interesting happened when I got to FUTA. I was doing my study quite all right, but it was also the place where I found a group of young people like me who were very passionate about the things of God. So I'd been born again, I'd been a Christian before that time, but it was in that fellowship that I began to understand what Christianity really meant, and I began to grow spiritually. And I began to be afraid that this boy, we've sent him to school, but it doesn't look like this boy will focus on in school. To even make my situation worse, but because 6 years, even before I left FUTA, I spent half of my passion for the things of God, and I'd also mastered leadership because of my exposure to pastoring. So when I left, I worked in the bank, like I said, for 8 years, and then today, I function as a full-time pastor here in the city of Ibadan. I pastor the Elevation Church Ibadan. Not only that, I was privileged to be part of the founding member of a church that is now 15 years old, because the fellowship that I pastored at school, the founder of the fellowship, also called me when he wanted to start this 15 years ago. So I was a founding member of the church that started 15 years ago. That church has 30 branches now, spread across the entire world. Always I've also acquired training in family coaching. So marriage counseling, family life, parenting, those are my spaces. By God's grace, today I sit in the city of Ibadan, I sit in the city of Lagos where my family still are, and I mentor people from all around the world. There are many marriages that, by the grace of God, there are many marriages that were very close to crashing. But I've been able to use my skill and my experience to help them to become better. Many that are in that space today. What am I saying to you? If today you are not the best student in your class, maybe you used to come third or fifth or 10th or 30th, it is not the end of life. You can still make the best of your life, and you can still live a life that is honorable. I mean, if you look around, you can see different types of graces in this room. We have lawyer in this room among the alumni. We have accountants. Professor Akumbi is here. Almost all siblings have acquired PhD, and they are drawing me into it. I have a master's from Lagos Business School, and when I finished, I said, Otito, let's now focus. But all of them are talking to me about PhD now. We have a doctor here and our mates. You can see So I'm here to tell you that the intellectual intelligence is just one out of many types of intelligence. And you may be sitting down here because you are not coming first, you're looking down on yourself. Because you are struggling with mathematics, you are telling yourself, we might not be good like this. And people are used to confess. You look at them as if they are the ones that will say in life, nothing can be further from truth. So let me quickly, I don't know how many more minutes I have. So let me quickly tell you about the 8 different types of intelligence that exist. 8 different types of intelligence that exist. The first one is musical or rhythmic intelligence. 4 minutes. Okay. Musical or rhythmic intelligence. All of you know Davido. You know Burna Boy. Are we together? Can you tell me that they are not successful? They are not successful. Of course, we know that some of them, they are using their music to create the wrong value in the society. But you have been trained in a wonderful place like WESLEY College, so you can be even much more successful while you use the gift of music to propagate the right value in society. So music is an intelligence. And of course, there are many career opportunities. There are singer, musician, composer, music teacher, sound engineer. Visual or spatial intelligence, that's the second one. Visual, or some people, as we are sitting down in this auditorium, pilots. Yes, we're talking about landscape designers. We're talking about photographers. We're talking about surgeons. As a surgeon, visual and spatial intelligence must be top-notch. And some of you have this gift, but because it's not one of the subjects you are learning in Wesley, you are telling yourself, I don't know anything. I'm an Olodo. It's a lie. You're not Olodo. God has given you something. Some of you can sit down here now, you can tell, they say, how do I get to social and spatial intelligence? And it's a form of intelligence that people are using to rise in life. Number 3, verbal or take it for granted. People have become billionaires just using their verbal and linguistic intelligence. People have become global icons using their verbal and linguistic intelligence. Writers, journalists, teachers, lawyers, speech language therapists. I know a speech language therapist in this city of Ibadan. She helps children who are having speech impediments. That's what she does. She has over 1,000 clients from every part of the world. She's here in the city of Ibadan, and people are calling her from Canada, calling her from US, calling her from England, calling her from everywhere in the world. So I'm going to round up now. So verbal and linguistic intelligence. That's number 3 of logical. I don't need to explain that so much. Scientists, engineers, accountants, computer programmers, data analysts, statisticians. Bodily or kinesthetic intelligence. Bodily or kinesthetic intelligence. We're talking about Cristiano Ronaldo. We're talking about Messi. We're talking about Kanu Nwako. So the other time Kanu did he was supposed to speak English. But can you tell me he's not intelligent? You may say he's not intelligent in language, but just give him football gifts. And God has given you, and it's an intelligence. Athletes, actors, carpenter, dancer, physical therapist. Number 5 now, interpersonal intelligence. These people are great, they have a great deal of interpersonal intelligence and are good at understanding and interacting with other people. Some people, you put them among human beings like this, they explode. They are themselves. Permit me to say that I've already observed that intelligence in an analysis. You know, just coming here, it was warm, laughing, speaking, friendly. Not all of us will see it, you admire it. It's not everybody that has it. Please let me appreciate our national president. That is one of the gifts that made him to become our national president. Because if somebody like me, I don't have that kind of energy. But God has given him. Some of you are like that. So, intelligence. Some people are gifted in biology, gardening, farming. You are a genius in your own right. Thank you very much.
To be able to discover your area of gifting, your area of career, and he has shown you several areas of intelligence. While it is good for you to allow artificial intelligence to think for you, it is also very good for you to identify your area of intelligence. And I will want to say that one of them that is very important is human interaction. Because all other intelligence, somehow, you cannot move forward if you don't have human interaction. If you are Kanu and you have all the riches and all the likes, but you cannot interact with people, you can't amount to much. In the next 30 minutes, we will round up while we'll give room for questions. But in the second round, within the next 8 minutes, I will want Dr. Erewale to speak about the cons of career talk, bearing in mind all that have been said by other speakers. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So I'm happy some of the things that the other panelists have said, they have tied up into the discourse and is making yourself. It's very important in your pathway to choosing a rewarding career, whatever it is. Now, and also remember that when you talk about career, it's not a death sentence. This man that sang this song, Jangbala Jubu, Jangbala Bangbedo, beautiful Nubia, thank you. He studied vet medicine, but he knew that parents forced him to go and study a particular course. He went and studied the course, and he finished, and he came back and presented the certificate to the parents that I've done what you wanted me to do. Now, can I go and do what I want to do with my life? You can't be the best. So that is the reason why it is very important for you to discover yourself first. Know what you really want. What do I really want to become? Or sometimes I ask people to think ahead of you and say, okay, if I die, or when I become a grandpa, I'm retired and everything, and my grandchild comes to me, and that kind of thinking will make you to really know, this is what I want to do. And like our brother said the other time, it's all about solving problem. Everybody here, but you can enjoy working as a pediatrician. So that is another thing I want us to know. It's part of the pros and cons of career. Some people think because I can still bring that Yoruba into the IT space program now for people to interpret English to Yoruba. So at the end of the day, I'm applying the skills I've gotten of doing things in the IT environment. So have an open mind. That's just what I want to say. Have an open mind. It's not like a death sentence, like I said before. The fact that you are in a science school, like what he was saying, the fact that you are in a science school does not mean that you must be an engineer or a doctor. It is just a means to an end. Your being here is not the end. Means to an end. Even when you go to the university, it's still a means to an end. And that's why we see graduates today, when you want next. I don't know. They are lost because they didn't start with the end in mind. So if you start with the end in mind, whatever you want to go and study, start with the end in mind. And if you have problem, maybe your parents, you want to study something, your parents are forcing you to go and do something, you can report, you can get our contacts and call us. I do career counseling, not just for the student, I do for parents too. Because parents make sincere mistakes. In this generation, there is no cause you can say, I have jobs that if they want to employ in your hospital, please submit my CV there. So it's no more about and all that. So thank you very much. I will stop it there.
Yourself, Mr. Akiyemi would tell us how to discover ourselves. How do you develop marketable skills? How do you package yourself? How do you, because it is not enough to have all these and not be able to sell yourself to them and some other things like that. So how do we develop those as we build career? Thank you. 8 minutes.
Okay, so thank you once again, sir. Okay, so I want to also, first of all, it's my 8 minutes. I can explore it. I want to recognize the presence of the vice president of my association, West Coastal 08, in person of Pastor Erifin Peter. Thank you so much for showing up. It's good to see you. Okay, so let us deal with the elephant in the room, right? How do you learn marketable skills? To be honest with you, there is no other fast route to it. But I'm going to give you nuggets that is going to set you in the right path, right? So, and I talk a lot, so I just have to quick note so that I'm just going to. Now, the first thing is start early. Start early. All right? And whatever your hand finds to do, do what? Do it well. Start early. Let me tell you the truth. This is the stage where you can make mistakes. This is the stage where you can try things. Right? When I was in school, I tried a lot of things. It didn't work. But at least I was still getting allowance from home. So I was getting an allowance from home. So it was an opportunity for me to try several things. Like I told you earlier on, I'm a very curious person. So I'll try it out. What's the worst in the light bulb? Yeah, they told him he tried it several times. He tried perhaps 99 times. And somebody told him, perspective. They said, you failed 99 times. No, only 99 ways it could not be done. So start early. Do you know that how many people know 7-Up here? 7-Up that we drink. 7-Up. Do you know the name 7-Up was coined out of the fact that they tried it 7 times before they got the exact mix they wanted for 7? Are you getting my point? So start early. What's the worst that will happen? You will fail. Are you the first person to fail? No. So there's something big. Don't forget from the quotes we took earlier, right? There's something big. The worst thing that will happen. Personally, I'm doing something like that right now. And I thought to myself, see, the worst that will happen is this thing will not work. At least I have exempted it from my choices. I have taken it off my head that this thing could have worked. I can move on to the next thing. Am I making sense to you guys? So start early. And one of the ways you can do that is look inward, not outward. You may have a friend that is very good, that can play football so well, right? Now, if you envy that person, you won't even be looking at what you have the capacity to do. Am I making sense to you guys? Now, for me then, when we were in school, I know Pastor Erifin can testify to a lot of this. We had guys that could play basketball. That court, oh my God. And so guess what? I knew to myself, there is something deep inside of me that the world must see. That when you leave, people are going to miss you. Am I making a sense to you guys? So, that is very important. Another thing I'm going to say about it is, break the box. I think I've really talked. We say, think outside the box. This time around, we are no longer thinking outside the box. Guys, see, do you get? So, which means you are in a generation of break the box. Anything is possible. Do you get my point? Anything is possible. And let me tell you something, just like the scripture says, the thief cometh to steal, to kill, and to destroy, right? As long as they are doing something, you are not stealing, you are not killing, you are destroying, you are justified. So break the box. Break the box. No matter the limitation, go through it. Am I making sense to you guys? All right, so let us take it through. So I have break the box here. What if it doesn't work? I said earlier on, what if it works? What if it works? Now let me start a very good example to you guys before I proceed. I have how many minutes more, sir? Okay, I wrote an article a few weeks ago. Some people read. 4 minutes, I will exhaust it, don't worry, sir. I wrote an article and I said something. The summary of it is this. Do you know that I was comparing passion and profit? Now, my perspective. Do you know that if I find opportunity to go back to professional football, I will actually do. There's a whole lot of money there. Now, when I now make the money from football, I'll now pour it into something I'm passionate about, my perspective, right? So sometimes what you are passionate about is not actually what can give you money. Get it right. But by the time you learn that thing, there is nothing that's learnable. Do you agree with me? There is nothing that is not learnable. I personally, one of my aspirations, I want to go back to school. I want to study law. I love law. I saw a news on the internet a few days ago. A woman of 60-something went back to the University of Ibadan. How many people saw it? Oh, you guys. Do you see what I'm talking about? So just look at yourself as a limitless being. All right, let me run through it. I have 4 minutes to go. Talent versus diligence. I'm going to talk about that too. There's a difference between talent. In fact, there's a book by John C. Maxwell that says talent is never enough. I think every one of you should read that book. In fact, I think I'm going to supply a few copies of that book. And maybe one way or the other will sell and give it out to the best students here this afternoon. Talent is never enough. You must learn diligence. They say the early bird is the one, right? You must learn to wake up early. You must learn to do things promptly. Am I making sense to you? Okay, let's look at the art of talent and diligence that we'll talk about. There is Messi, there is Ronaldo. See Ronaldo. When I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? We believe Messi to be the talented guy, footballer, right? I will believe Ronaldo to be the diligent guy. I mean, when you see what Ronaldo does, you'll be like, my God. See what I tell people. If they say kings are born, they fall from heaven. So are a king. If they say kings are made, can you not be made? So either way, you have the capacity to emerge a success. Just 1 more minute more. All right, so I'm going to take the next thing. There's something we train in technology and business. We call it BOYS. Business of your skills. BOYS. BOYS. When you learn a skill eventually, understand the business of that skill you possess. Why we mention some musicians in Nigeria today is because they understand the business. Talk about the Davido, the Whiskey. That guy is playing international game because he understands how it works. And we have younger people like you guys to Thames. How many people know Thames? Ira Star is probably less than 20, if I'm not mistaken. So you are there, and your friends are telling you, your voice sounds like the frog one. You better fine-tune it if you know it's your way. You know, you go to the pitch, and you are the skillful guy. I remember then, after we have played, we now go to, we call that place Pella, Gbenga. We go and watch the uniform. So, you know, what I'm saying is that, understand that it is right there inside you. Do you get? It is right there inside you. You just need to discover it. And this is where you start to discover. Okay, let me say the last thing here. So if I've used my time well, be extraordinary. Whatever you are doing, do the best. Put your best into it. I have determined in my life, whatever you tell me to come and do, I will put my best. I will prepare and I will do everything possible to give you the best. And the last one, be on top of your game, which is the thing. Be on top of your game. Whatever you're doing, put your best, put your energy. If they say, is it a do or die? Say yes. It's either I am doing it or I'm dead. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Kinyemi. I believe that you all have pen. So please write BOYS. Write it down in capital. Business of your skill. There is always a business angle to every skill that you have. There are many doctors that are employees. But there are doctors that are business owners. They have business structures. There are many lawyers that are charge and bill and all the likes. But there are lawyers that are entrepreneurs. So you must learn the business angle of whatever you choose to do. Don't be a businessman. Even if I'm a teacher, I cannot make a business out of it and all the likes. So please, those are some of the takeaways you must be able to take with today. As we go finally to our last discussant, Pastor Afolayan, he will be talking more about the intelligence and how we can make the best out of it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Let's appreciate our coordinator today. Thank you, sir. All right. Well, how can I jump ahead of my generation? How can I jump ahead of my mates? It's very, very simple. Tell the person beside you, don't wait for anybody to call you. Look for problems around you and solve them. Don't wait for anybody to call you. Always be busy solving problems. I'm going to tell you a story. One of my friends, and this is not a story I read, it's somebody I know. You know, when we're in FUTA together, This guy was so poor that his friend used to gather money to pay his school fees. That's how he was able to even finish in FUTA. So when he finished, looked for a job, couldn't get a job and all of that, and hunger was dealing with him. So he said one day, he just got the inspiration that, I want to start laundry business. How many of you know what laundry business is? You know, helping people to wash clothes and all that. So he said, how do I start laundry business? I don't even have money to eat. Talk of even money to all the things that one would normally need to start a laundry machine. You know, guess what he said he did? He said he just got up, went to the next door, laundry business. Any clothes you want to wash, please give me. He said, you have, he said, so he collected maybe Iran Buba from Mommy Ayo. Knocked the other door. I just want to tell you that I've started the laundry business. So if you have any clothes you want to launder, please give me. Collected those clothes. He said he made sure to collect deposit from all of them because he didn't even have money to buy the soap. So if their money was 1,000, he couldn't tell them you will pay after. He said, please, just give me 500. When I deliver the clothes, I'll collect the remaining. So that I could even have money to buy soap. So he carried the clothes, went somewhere far down the street, look for where they have well. Just borrow bucket, use his own hand to fetch water, and wash the clothes with his hand, and find a way to package the clothes very well and delivered it. As he delivered it, they thought he had gone to use some washing machine somewhere and all of that to wash the clothes. That's why he continued. He gathered money, small, from that business, bought the first washing machine, started using washing machine to wash for them. After a while, no, he didn't even start with washing machine. He gathered money to buy more buckets first. He started from buying more buckets, employ more people to wash. From there, after a while, bought washing machine, and now his laundry business is starting. And then it became, he had a proper laundry business. As of today, this person I'm speaking to is a big-time business owner in US. In his own right, he's a millionaire in dollar. But he started way back with his own hand washing clothes for people. See, problem solving, there is nobody who can compete with problem solving. When you submit yourself to do what everybody else refused to do, you are showing up, and people are looking for here today. Me, a OSS2 student, how can I be roasting corn and me go and be playing ball, be looking for where to while away time? You will not sit down. You are developing how to manage a business. And how to manage a business, somebody can go and read about it. Myself, as a young boy, I grew up in Iseyin. Iseyin is about an hour drive from here. Because of my passion for the things of God, in our own little way, I think probably in my 17, 18-year-olds, we will organize events. We will ask our parents to give us money to organize events in Iseyin for youth, for young people. I had a program that I was organizing in Iseyin. I was almost late to go and collect my admission. That was how passionate I was about solving problems in that we were making in that little corner in Iseyin. We are now making it at a global level. Some of the events that I've organized on behalf of my church, we jammed across the world. But that capacity started when nobody knew us of your generation. Thank you very much.
Can we please clap for all of them again? Not have that time again. We can, after the event, we can interact and ask our questions individually. Buildings for slow of motion. Okay, rise up and say it. Okay, please sing. Every object will be in a state of rest or constant motion. This chair will be here forever unless an action. That's it, please. The moon will continue to rotate around the heart or whatever for 8 days. Unless all that they've spoken about will only have meaning when you go back. What is my intelligence? I probably use it. Or probably I discovered myself. Probably I start to look at the business angle of my skill and so many other things like that. So make a meaning of today. Mistake. You learn from it more When you lose, it seems as if it has higher impact than when you won't act on it. Learn from your mistake for us and appreciate.
Yeah. Thank you, thank you. We can all sit down. Thank you, sit down. I just demonstrated one thing by leaving the stage for. I had no business sitting down there again. Forever, you are not a follower forever. At a point in time, you have to shift this place. I wanted to watch soccer. The last one, 8-year-old, was in the house. You don't know how to do it. Let me teach you. With all my doctoral, and you look down on them. I was taking note myself, which is very important to make money first. So I made money before I become a lawyer. And before the certificate and everything, and with this music, I think it was richer than Femi now. Femi Falana and I were age group. I think about 2 months older than me. That's why we chatted that Freddie B. That's the company. So good, you are young, but you will not be young forever. That's what the wise man Solomon wrote in. When I was in the Navy, I had this special recipe. Why? Mr. Juma is going to go now. You know the Mr. Juma now? The woman, that speaker, not enough for you to listen, enough for you to awake the giant within you. Just get that one straight. That in life, you are the architect of your own fortune. Let it be that. And some of the actors were playing guitar and they were dropping quarter for him. Quarter is 25 cents. 1/4 of $1. And I saw my check for shake. And I nearly wept. And I opened my purse and I dropped $20. Then he looked up and said, Egmont. He could still recognize me. In 1984 December, they changed my Jack Fasher from bed to mat so I could sleep on bed in Oguta, where we went to launch Charlie Boy Studio in December 1984. It was then a 42-38. Not everyone will remember. Send down the rain now. Yo. Boy, in Nigeria, I was smoking Indian hemp. It got to America now. There was not only India, it did only 1 out of 12 songs. It was good. It had failure than to manage success. Don't allow success to go into your head when you are successful. Don't allow it important than my cleaner in the office. Now, my Jack Fashek sang the first one out of the 12 that was going to do with Bob Marley's wife. And the money came in. And then he had money to buy heroin and cocaine. And that was a lot. It was even late night show by Letterman. Letterman at my show in America. I was so impressed. Look at my Jack. My Jack don't do me the same. My Jack. But by the time Bro finished this guy, he looked as if his mother was older than him. And I saw him. I dropped $20 note. So he looked up and I left. But I was thinking in the train until I got to New York. God, what has happened? The greatest man ever lived, Alexander the Great. He conquered the whole thing.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, everyone. We have come to the end of the event for today. We have a little snack for you. So that will be distributed as we do the form. We want to say that we believe that you are the future, but the future is not a very far place when they finish exam. That is not leadership. That is not a good example. So please don't trust in God that one day you would see any one of us later and say, thank you for that event. That it was in that event I learned that I can be this and that and that. That's my parting thought. In 1 minute, I want each person to quickly give a parting thought. I will go
Some questions, you know where.
Together, so our speakers will then answer them. Your name, your class, and your question.
My name is Abolade Motolani. I'm in SS3E. My question goes to the national president. The mistakes you made and what the new things you learned. Sorry if I'm sorry, please, I'm sorry. The second question is that you as a...
My name is Ajibu John. I want to become a robotic engineer. But my parents are telling me to be a medical doctor. They're telling me, yeah, they are telling me, when you're being a doctor, you are going to make money, you are going to travel out, things like that. That's number one challenge I'm facing. Number two, when I'm being asked that what do you want to become, I'll tell them I want to become a robotic engineer. So they are going to say there's no school like that, there's no institution like that in Nigeria. That's number two. So then I went to find research. Then I went to scholarship sites, finding scholarship options, something like that. So they said I need international, I have to do international exam, huge amount of money. Again, so that was the last thing that distracted me, but now I'm confused, I don't know.
Okay, let me first, okay, you can go and sit down, but be listening. Let me first say that, yes, ab initio, there is no robotic engineering degree in Nigeria, but now it is, it's available. So, yeah, so there are a number of universities now that have started robotic engineering. I think University of Lagos is starting next session. We've already developed a curriculum and there are people to teach it. So it's possible for you to do it in Nigeria. But if you want to, if there is opportunity to do it abroad too, that can also be, don't be discouraged. The fund will come for you to be able to do it. I want the speakers to quickly respond to any of the questions, very quickly, and give us, want to start.
Very much, sir. I think I would like to respond to, where's the person who asked the question about how do we manage time in the face of distraction? Where is that person? What's your name? I mean, where you are going in life. Anybody who doesn't have a destination, wherever you go, after school today, for instance, if your house is on this side of the road, somebody going this side cannot say, come follow me and I want to go and greet somebody. Will you follow them? Why? You know where you are going. So, if you do not know where you are going in life, you do not have dreams that you are passionate about, you don't have goals. I mean, the reason is easy for you to be distracted because you are not going anywhere. So you can follow anybody. They can call you, say, follow me, join me. You're not going anywhere. You're not busy. There's nothing that has occupied your mind. So before we talk about time management and distraction, where are you going? What are you pursuing? Who do you want to become? That's the first thing. Now, second thing is this. When it comes to time management, there are 4 different types of tasks that we do. Everything that we do every day can be categorized into 4 categories. Number 1, we have things that are urgent, for example, there's this video on Instagram. I found it. Quickly come and watch it. Because Instagram will go on my phone. It looks but it's not important. Now, you also have things that are urgent and important. Are you with me? Number 3, you have things that are not urgent, but they are important. For instance, this is right. That means your exam is in how many weeks time? Reading for exam today, is it urgent? It's not urgent. You tell yourself, Abana, why are you studying? Why are you disturbing yourself? Let's go and play football. You still have 3 weeks. And they are not important. And they said some boys from the other school, they are fighting. If you don't study them, they may it's not that important to you. Now, to manage your time well, research has found that the people who get the best out of their time, things right now, they are not urgent, but they are important. If you focus your attention on those things, you will do in life. For instance, we're talking about reading for exam. Right now, it's not urgent. But if you start studying for exam now, the probability is that you will do better than everybody else who started reading a day to exam. Are you listening to me? Somebody amongst one of you, if you are here, you are still, all you are thinking about is, the Instagram, what is going viral, all the gist they are doing. One of you is already thinking about how to become a robotic engineer at this stage of his life. He's already tackling things that are not urgent, but are what? Focus.
All right, so I will just talk about the question that I spoke about the robotics engineering. I'm sure it will be more. It will tell you that saying that he who plays the piper dictates the so, but says we by which and you don't need to fool them. You don't need to be disrespectful. There's a way you can get them on board. You know, we're talking about the business aspect of your skill. So you might also use to learn skill of how to, you know, as everybody must have some kind of business skills. You must be able to sell sand to people living by the seashore. Sell sand to them. So that means you will be able to convince them that, oh, this is what I want to do. And like I said, if you are not able to do so, employ other people that could help you to. So, and there is nothing you want to be like that. There will not be obstacles. You know, you mentioned some obstacles. That one, you thought, okay, this course is not being offered in Nigeria. Even your parents were saying so. But from what our friend just said, some schools are doing it. Recently, I heard of it also that NUC has approved some new courses. They are also responding because this is the 21st century. There are some courses that were not in the curriculum of universities 20, 30 years ago, but they are there now. I remember that at the University of Ilorin, there was no course like computer science as at the time we came in. They just started computer science. They had to put it under Faculty of Maths. So then they didn't even have lecturers to lecture in computer science. It was maths lecturers, you know, maths and computing new. But then it was new. So the same thing with robotics engineering and some other maybe mechatronics, so anything you want to do are always obstacles. But let me tell you one thing. One of the things I would say, something I've also said something about, always be honest. When you are in the house, be the best child in the house. So at the point in time, your parents to feel obliged to say, this is what is very good. Even don't be the one that will tell you, don't you see this place is dirty, or don't you see this window blind at dirty. You always go out of the way to solve them because that is the problem. Let's support this boy and provide everything he needs to do what he wants to do. After the meeting, you can find a way to agree with.
So I'm not going to this close. I want to talk to. I think that's the focus. Right now, you've said all about it, so I'm just going to make one last statement about it. There's this thing called focus. We know what focus is, FOCUS. And there's an acronym for focus that says, follow one course until successful. Follow one course. Many of you know who a sniper is. Answer me now, please. When you're watching the American movie, right? But that guy needs to look through a lens and find that very person he needs to hit. Now, there is noise. You even see people walking through the shot and all the likes. But he's so determined and focused. And he's not going to give up until he takes that shot. Sometimes distractions, you must be dead focused. Am I correct? Am I making a sense? Now, you must be focused for it to be distraction. Now, the second thing I'm going to address is young people. How many of you has a phone? You have a mobile phone. You raise your hand above your head. A quick story of myself. I will just choke anybody anyhow. I'm not that patient. Okay. So I knew that was not part of it for me. No, I could, but I would very quickly. I love designs a lot. So I had architecture. I studied civil engineering, by the way. I studied civil engineering. Now, I also love, what do we call that thing now? Tech, which is one of the reasons why I'm doing it right now. But it is what I did. I realized that there are some of these things I'm passionate about that I actually don't have to go to school to learn. Do you get? I don't have to go to school to learn programming. It was at my fingertips. I tell people that the mobile phone you carry around, young chaps, you are not utilizing it well. That guy that wants to study robotics engineering, you can become a robotic engineer on your phone, at least at the preliminary level. Then you can now see that, okay, even yourself, it can be a test and validation of what you want to put yourself into. Then another, like you said, a parent can be honestly misleading a child. So which means the information you have acquired, you must be humble enough to pass it on to them. That the big thing that is happening in the world, make them to see that, okay, this thing, if I follow it, I can succeed maximally. Like I said, if you have a mobile phone, there are a lot of things you can do on your phone that you can imagine, especially with this world of AI. For us, it was Google we were using the most. But when you go on AI, it will give you a complete course.
Yes, I just got query from one lady now. Was it, the young man, was it robotic or aeronautic? And I wanted to make money first because I've seen poverty before and I don't want poverty near me. Rhetorics. And he was a lawyer. A land matter, my mother's land matter. And I recommended him. And this man, the case was called, I said, I'm doing PGD journalism. He was in England. Lagos State government, I'm sorry, Dr. Frez has brought his submission. I saw your counter submission. Good day for me that the government could descend that low and...
Thank you very much. We will sing only the national anthem, and then we would pray for us after the national.
There is no confusion.